Happy Wednesday, y'all. Back at it, live and direct. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. We got to go to our system, our journal, our structure. Let's get it. So let's look at news today. Today is Wednesday. We have 5 a.m. news on Euro. Um, Non-farm employment change, 8:15, and then 10 a.m. we have PMI. This I'm not too worried about. This pretty much already happened, but still could affect the market. So, uh, got a little bit of a late start this morning, y'all. Higher time frame bias. So again, we're looking at gold and NQ. We will start with, since I already have it on NQ, we will start with NQ. Our mind frame was our we trade ICC strategy. So again, that is indication, and I will show you all of these again. Correction and continuation. So all that means is when we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, we're looking to, we're waiting for market to break. That's our indication. Market to break this previous high when we're in buys. This is the correction when it comes down to at, near, or below our original indication point. And then we're looking to catch a buy if we're buying right here on this move, third leg up. So pretty simple. Break, correction. We're looking to catch a move up to this point or past it. You keep it simple. So in Q, we've been in an uptrend. We've been still creating higher lows, but we've also been creating lower highs. Till we got up to this point. This was our last indication above these highs. And right now we're on that correction phase, right? So if this holds, we still are looking for buys. So for NQ, we're still looking for buys. We got gold on the daily. Same thing with gold. We've been going up. Our indication was, our last indication was here. Oops. Come on now. Our last indication was here, so this was our indication. Now we're on the correction and we're looking to find an entry so we can buy it up and hopefully take it back up to this all-time high. So we know that our higher time frame bias is bullish for now. Higher time frame bias identified, yes. Key levels marked up. Okay, so now we can start marking up key levels, which is, I'm just marking up indication on the higher time frames, the daily, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. The daily I use red, top down on the 4 hour. 4 hour gave us, turn this off. We can consider this a 4 hour high, low, and then push. 4 hour, mark green. And then the 1 hour, it took off on us yesterday. Like I mentioned, it might do. I kind of called it quits after like 10:30-ish, and because I had something to do. But you can see around 10:30, it actually, around, I guess, 3 p.m. or the evening time it pushed up. So this was our hesitation area. Got lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. So this area right here is going to be our new indication point. I'm going to mark that up here. I always do the 1 hour in orange. So that's gold. Those are the areas I mark up. 3 lines daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour. I'll do the same thing for NQ. Same thing here. But I already did this, yep. New indication, up, correction. So we're looking to catch this up. We already have our indication marked for the daily. 4 hour. If we're going off a previous 4 hour, I would say here, but it's not as clear. 1 hour, we marked up yesterday. Price was coming down. Then price came all the way up, broke this high right here, making a correction. It created this higher low because this low is higher than that low, believe it or not. And then now we're waiting to see. Oh, we'll get into that. So we're just marking up our markups. Liquidity zones identified. So what I do with this is just mark up target areas. I still have this as my target area, but since it did a deep retracement, I will keep it. But we're aiming for this high and this high. So if we get in, find a breaker structure here, consider getting in and attacking this high right here. If not, so on and so forth. We won't. I marked this up as a zone yesterday, or as a liquidity area yesterday, aka a target area. Let me see. Kind of close. Kind of close. I marked this area because where the spot where the price is currently now, this is the last spot where sellers take controls. So we'll just leave it there for now. And so gold looks a little bit more cleaner. Nice. NQ. We got our indication, our correction, and then according to our rules, we need a breaker structure or for price to cross back over here. So potential setups on both. It's still clear that NQ is bullish unless it breaks this low. And gold is still bullish. So go back to the chart. These zones identified. The obsession is clear. Risk defined. I'm only risking 10%. Oops. 10% of my account, which is currently 1855. and emotional state. I'm tired, but it's at neutral. I'm not excited. I'm not nervous. I'm not stressed. So pre-market checklist is done. Now that we can go to our strategy entry checklist. And we're going to decide which one we're going to focus on. Again, we made our 1 hour indication. We made a complete correction. And then now we're just waiting to see for that 9:30 candle to pop open to see if we can break structure here. So right now it's been going pretty much sideways here. This was the last low. It's kind of lingering around that low. So we broke and up and up, equal high, higher high, equal low, lower high, and then equal low again. So we want to see market. We want to see it break this area right here. So we want to break a structure. That's not what I wanted to do. We want to break a structure here in order for us to consider buys. And on gold to the 1 hour. Now yesterday it didn't come back to our original indication. It kind of floated and then took off. If you want to hop on the lower time frame, you kind of see that structure break. So from right here, it was just kind of lingering. All in this area going sideways. And it finally broke all of these structure here. This was your indication on the 15. Came back down, respected this support level right here. All these lows, it respected it. And then came in. So entry could have been right when they broke structure here. Really any of these. Clear this up. Right when it broke here, waiting for that correction. And you could have entered here if you're comfortable with trading out of session, out of New York, or the beginning of New York session. And then could have definitely took it up. We weren't around for that. So now it's kind of doing the same thing. As you can see here, we have our new indication on the 1 hour. So this is the area where it hesitated, went sideways, then broke out. So that's our indication. And it's kind of making its way to a correction. So you can use your indication at the body of it or at the top of the wick or the average of those two candles, which is this wick here, as long as it touches both. Trying to find an example where it just touches the wick. But nonetheless, we're waiting for a correction. But it could do what it did yesterday. Kind of stay in this zone right here. High, low, high, low, or equal low, equal high, and then a lower low, lower high. So it's kind of staying in this range right now, not giving us much. Ideally, we want it to come down and then find an entry at the indication. But as you see yesterday, it didn't go down to its original breaking point right here. It just kind of lingered and then popped out. So gold, we're gonna be doing probably a little more waiting for sure, unless it just takes off up. Um, and then euro, not euro. Quick look at euro. Oh, focus, check, focus. NQ. So really just waiting today. I'm trying to see what's the better setup. I keep clicking on that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Market opens at 9:30. 1 second, y'all. Shoot, but I'm a little tired today. Body is aching, y'all. Let's see. And again, I only use one indicator in New York session. It's to the window I really want to try to get my entry. New York session. So it starts at 7 for me and 11. But really, really, I'm looking for, let's say that when market opens at 9:30, especially for NQ. So again, NQ got an indication on the 1 hour correction. Now I'm just waiting to see some type of market structure break. Right now, broke to the downside. So what we can do is go to our journal with today's date. Looking for buys. We're focusing on NQ. I probably should keep it to, I don't know, I'm debating, y'all, if I should just focus on one pair for this series. I'm debating, y'all. Either way, for both, we have our indication. So we can put yes on this. The price make a clear indication on the 1 hour time frame in the direction of the higher time frame. What if oh yes? The price make a correction back. Now for NQ, this is yes. It made a correction back. For gold, it's making a correction back. And it has already made its correction. We're gonna wait till the market opens and see what it do, y'all. I think it's tea time. I think it's tea time. Let's see what the dollar doing real quick. I like I want to push up. With a push up, with the push up. One more minute to market open, y'all. Market open. Let's see what it does. Right now, you see we got equal low, lower high, and we might want to go lower. So if it respects this low right here, we still have a potential for buys. If not, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down, down. The family gold becoming near. We're waiting for market structure to break. We're doing all these little joints. Still start to break down for the correction. But we want to see it come down. And then it'll break up. So NQ look like it wants to go down. Teaming down, y'all. But this helps us prevent, this is why the system helps us prevent from taking unnecessary trades, because for NQ, this would have been yes, and then price make a break or structure on the 515 in the direction of the high time frame buy. This would have been no. We trade NQ. So if this doesn't hold, if this holds and still does it, I'm still in for a buy. But if it doesn't, nah, I'm good. So we'll just wait. Actually, I'll set an alarm and gold. I'm gonna get 2 free alarms with free trading view. Here. Let's see. When it comes in this area, and then we'll see if we just, if NQ is juicing me or is really gonna try to go up. Patience, grasshopper. Patience. All right. So far, it respected it. It look like we might be getting a trade on NQ. If it continues to respect it. I wish this had that tool that Trading View has. Let me pull that down. What the? I still gotta get used to this. Pretty sure it's something that I'm making it out to be. So gold. That was gold alert. Bring this cell phone down. Now we're in that correction territory, and now we look for a breaker structure if it gives us one opportunity to, or if it just decides to tank down. But this should hold this area right here. That alert was late. Phone, it got it faster on my phone. Ooh. Again, indication, correction. That's what we're looking for. So if I go to my rules here, did price make a correction back too? So this applies for both NQ and gold. This applies to entry A, and then entry B, we have this rule. So if price makes a break of structure and we're looking for buys, the price make a higher high and a higher low. So with gold, we'll have to wait and see what it wants to do. Same with NQ. I want to see price come and break here, and then we can find the entry on up. That's our entry A. Entry B would be waiting for price to come way back up here and cross the original indication. We have a lot of room, so this one, when it comes down to the indication, kind of want to see breaker structure. So we'll wait. We will wait. Market just open, y'all. So calm down. Too much going on right now. This wick down and come back above. We should be looking for an entry. And then we'll focus on NQ versus gold. Gold, we're waiting for a breaker structure. We're waiting for price to come back above here. Because it corrected back to our original indication. We want to see this break. Now we are getting a breaker structure on the 5-minute almost for NQ. This low held so far. So we got a low, a higher low, or equal low. You got your low, a higher low. This is on the 1 hour. And you got your equal higher low. If you recall yesterday, I showed you my rules. The price make a higher high and a higher low, or equal higher low. That's what it's doing right now on the 1 hour. And gold still going down. Right, y'all. Both are kind of 5 minutes here. I think it's time to make some tea, y'all. I think it's time to make some tea. While we wait for both to show us an entry pattern. Either a breaker structure, and then the entry will be a higher high and a higher low. We have to see either on the 5 or 15. Or in our second entry is if a 5 or 15-minute candle closes above the indication. So B won't apply for either one of these today. We will have to see. We will have to use entry A. Oh shoot! Oh man! And two looking like you want to go down on the stove. What? What did I not do that? All right, NQ looking like you want to go down. Gold might be our culprit. Might be our culprit. These lows break and definitely no go for NQ. And then if it breaks, then we were wrong. Our bias was wrong, which is okay. Which means that was equal. Should mark that as equalized. So we're really just waiting for an actual break. Listen. More information is always good. Go. I'm not on camera today because I am not feeling the best, to be honest with you. Alright, looking like EQ want to break this low. If it breaks the low, if it breaks this low, I think it's going to break this low as well. And then we were definitely on the wrong side then. So where would we be going? Aiming for this one if we were in a sell. Aiming for this low right here. Because that plan is done. So this area was true, solid and true, which I should have marked up that area instead of this little tiny. So on the opposite end, now that we can look at that, you were looking for sales, lower high, low. This lower low doesn't count really, lower low, equal lower highs. So your indication would have been here for a sell. As soon as it crossed over, we could have got in there yesterday at 11 a.m., caught it down to that low. And then today is giving you an opportunity, come back. You see your breaker structure happen. Come back to or near indication here. Hey, sometimes we're wrong, guys, but we didn't get in. So you see this lower high created. Actually, you see the lower high and the lower low. So this is the most recent support here. You see that lower high created. made your entry here and caught it on down. Like I said, I think it's aiming for these lows right here. So NQ is no longer an option right now. Though we still have some type of hope. Here we go. We're waiting for a breaker structure again. We already tapped our original indication. The price make a correction back to the original indication. Yes, it did. So now we're waiting for rule 3, breaker structure. In the 15 or the 5. With this one, I might want to wait till 15 break. And Euro, I was looking at this earlier. But if I would have entered, I would have stopped out. As I came here, kind of went off the daily indication, made a higher low, higher high, correction. And now I was just looking for a breaker structure on Euro USD. So I'm waiting for price to come back up here, break structure, stop now below here. And in Q, let's see if it tags this low. Let's see if it wants to tag this low. Yeah. Dang, hindsight really teaches you something as well, because here I am. This is the last lower high. That one's lower than low, so I shouldn't even include that one because we made a lower low. And price comes all the way back up, respects this last lower high. These two are relatively equal, but this is the last lower high, respects it, comes back down over price here. So even if we did miss this entry on a sell, today price gave you a breaker structure here on the 15 minutes. So this would have been a clean little setup. Hopefully it goes to there. But nonetheless, we still have our account, so we're just waiting for that, for price to follow our rules so that we can get an entry. And if you don't know, you know that I check out Euro USD every now and then. I haven't traded it in a while, but this is where it started for me, so I like to look at it periodically. US 500 too. This is supposed to go in tandem with NQ. This one actually broke that one. Came back down, created a higher low. And then US 30, look like it's still trying to pump up. Oh, acting weird, bruh. Right. Oh, so far, nothing yet. Starting to get a little on the 5 minute. This will be a 5-minute break. Higher low. Cool. So I took out these two lows. See if it wants to continue down or come back up. It comes back up. Wait a second. It's interesting. And so yesterday, this would have been a good little sell. Gold is still chilling. Kind of interesting to see what NQ does. Is it just gonna wick down and then continue up? I know for sure price breaks here. We definitely looking for buys. So what I'm thinking is, like I said before, you see how it broke this high, broke that high, and then at the same time it turned around and broke this low. So I'm thinking, is it gonna do the same thing and broke that high, and at the same time turn around and break this low? We got some sideways action going. So really, I should be sitting on my hands waiting to see what it's actually gonna do. Because if it does break to the downside, I do see this gap here, gap in price that it could be aiming for on the downside. Mark that up real quick. Daily, I use red, and for gaps, I use this dash line here. So if it breaks this low, then definitely looking for sales into this area right here. Gold, I don't have that same ideology. So there is a gap here. But that's crazy. Acting stupid right now. Phone is acting dumb right now. So watching price action is definitely a learning tool. Even if your setup isn't there, you want to get some tape reading in, y'all. Some price action movement reading. My phone is not active. Let me try restarting it. My phone don't act right, man. I might have to get off this live real quick and see what's going on. So again, on the 15, you can see market breakdown. Oops, the damn thing on. High, low, lower high, low, higher, high. You still see it to start to break down here, lower high. Wow. Come on, phone. What are you doing? What are you doing, phone? Dang, it's 10 o'clock already. It's 10 o'clock already. Oh, where you at? What you doing? What you doing, go? That's the 5 minute. You are not doing what I need you to do, go. You are not doing what I need you to do, go. I want to see that push down on AQ. If you're telling me that you are breaking lows, I need to see you do more of a push. Or are you just bluffing? You might be just bluffing because these are going higher. This is going higher. So I think you might be bluffing. See if Euro just went sideways. It ain't doing much of nothing. NQ, O, L. Nice to see. Let me make some tea, y'all. I'm still rolling. Yes, I am. Am I am? Nothing, nothing, nothing. I think it's bluffing because it said brother and sisters are going up. I think it might do the same thing. Think it might do the same thing. This is why you trust your higher time frames daily. Because US 30 is definitely going up. US 500 trying to make that move. This is what we wanted to see on ours on NQ. A little bit more cleaner. And then you might have your breaker structure here, or you can enter here, which is our second entry. I never you actually traded US 500. So made that higher low in the 5 minute time frame. Let's see what I want to do. So it took out these lows, took out liquidity. And our breaking structure on the 5, not the 15. Gold is making a deep retracement correction. So we still want to see some type of breaker structure to the upside. Price breaks this high on Sit on your hands and tell your rules stay to go. Nothing's telling me to go. Nothing's telling me to go. Prices, nothing's telling me to go. Go, go. Go, go, go. Nothing's telling me to go. Go, go. Right, 10:30. All of our news Wednesday should be out the way. So far, NQ did not go in our favor from our original, but it also didn't commit to this break either, breaking these lows. Gold is doing this correction. I would like to see gold start heading up, ideally. Give me that break of structure. Break my higher high, higher low. Minute on NQ. One hour. Ooh. Euro look like it want to go down. It's going down. Look like it want to go up. We are still waiting. Look like it want to go down. Hold. Hit this hold. And euro. You want to go down. Should be aiming for these lows. And then over here. Target will be here if you're in a selling euro, because this is where buyers took control here, as you can see. Oh, we still pushing down. In Q. Seems like it wants to continue pushing down. No structure has been broken. And price is going down. It's going down. It's going down. Like I said, it might be heading for this low. So it look like another no trade day, y'all, because neither one of these 10:30. I would have to wait for something to happen here. So I know I'm a little impatient because it's 10:30. If stuff ain't happening by 11, oops, no price maker break construction. Neither one it did, and so these are no's. Entry A is a no. Entry B is a no. No trade day. We want to preserve our capital and get in when we have our setup that we want. So we're gonna hold on to what we have, and NQ seems to want to go down, and gold is still in that market. So if this turns around within the next hour and a half, I will post a short on it. If not, then it's a no trade, y'all. So I'm out.